What's going on, everybody? Bobby, Jana, Joshy,
Yo,
welcome in.
I'm getting ready to watch my Chicago schlubs.
Very nice.
There you go, Bobby.
Hey, how about Bryce Harper not having a good playoffs thus far? In my opinion,
Y'all are gonna crush me for this. Who does he play for?
You're serious right now?
I am completely serious.
Are you trolling, or are you really asking that?
I know he played for the Phillies, but I didn't know if he still played for the Phillies.
Yeah, he plays for Basilio's Phillies.
I haven't watched but about 9 minutes of Major League Baseball all year, so.
The playoffs have been pretty good. You're right. You agree, Joshua boy? I think the playoffs have been pretty good so far.
Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. Yeah.
Let's see. I watched.
Cubs getting smashed 2 days ago sucked, but that's been pretty good series.
I did have the Seattle Detroit game on one of the TVs last night, but I don't think I ever looked at it. So.
It's funny. I forget how you pronounce his last name. His first name's Tariq or Tariq, the guy that pitched for the Tigers. He's like unhittable unless he plays the Mariners. And they basically one guy had half the Mariners hits, and they were both home runs. It was crazy, and they won the game.
It's crazy.
Yes. What's his name, Joshy boy? Schluback or something like that?
Tariq Scooball.
Scooball.
Scoobity doobity doo ball.
Somebody said that yesterday,
and
I heard Jeremy. I heard Jeremy Pruitt say "Hi, Scooball."
Hey,
that's what somebody said. Scooball. That's what I heard.
That's trademarked by Watson Brown, don't you know?
Scooball.
Hi, Scoob.
Hi, Scoob.
Hey, so we're gonna get at you tonight. We're gonna review this past weekend. Maybe, we're going to talk some Vols, of course, too. Talk about a little about Arkansas, a little about some future opponents down the road. Kind of what we saw from those teams this weekend, kind of reviewing this past Saturday centric and how it pertains to Tennessee down the road with what we saw from a few teams. I want to dive right in. Anybody got any just initial thoughts you want to throw out on your take on the weekend? Not specifically breaking down a game, just anything like a broad overview. Your weekend, it's Monday now, and this is what you took from the weekend.
Yeah, Rusty, I think I said it today when I called in. Any given Saturday, a team can be beat. And that's what happened Saturday when the Bruins took down Penn State.
Okay. I like it.
That's going. Mine was, I think there are a bunch of frauds in college football. And Rusty, you and I talked about that this morning. I think there's a bunch of fraudulent teams out there. I think there's there's two pretty great teams. That's Ohio State and Miami. By the way, you were dead on. Miami's the best team in the country right now.
Let's. I like your weekend review being your opinion's fraudulent teams. I'm going to write that down as a talking point. We're going to get into fraudulent teams or your take on that, and then what everybody's response on fraudulent teams are, because I like that topic. So yeah, that's a great one. Jana, did you have a take on the weekend?
I enjoyed it, but nothing.
Stress-free?
Yeah, pretty much.
Ooh, that's big for me, by the way. I need an Ohtani home run like I need air right now, y'all. I have a big bet. If he hits a home run, I'm going to win it. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
It's all good.
I'm glad you're stress-free, girl. You deserve it, by the way. Just thinking out loud.
Very true.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
My take would be Tennessee's still got its hands full with this schedule, even though some people have tried to say it's easy. I don't know that it is easy, because by my count, I think there's 4 very capable football teams left on the schedule that there's probably, there's actually 6 2 of them you should win this weekend, and then Kentucky. But the other 4, and not counting the non-conference game, but the other 4 are real teams. I mean, I don't record of teams. I think is going to be mattering less and less. You can play really good football teams in today's college football under NIL and portal and the world we live in now, and those teams could have 4 losses and still be a quality football team. So that's my take. J-Mo, did you have a take on the weekend overall you want to throw out? Welcome on, buddy.
Hey, thanks. Hey, I'm going to be in and out just for a few minutes. We just got home from baseball, so I'm going to put the boys down. But Miami's the best team. I agree with that. They've proven the most. The point you made last night that I agree, kind of just looking back on our game, which is –
Wait. Where did I say this last night?
Big Orange Breakdown.
On Big Orange Breakdown. When can you watch Big Orange?
Excellent, by the way.
Jordan, where can you watch and when can you watch Big Orange Breakdown?
Usually we try to do Monday nights. Sometimes Sunday nights. Depends on everybody's schedule, but normally you try to do it Monday nights.
Can you watch it over at the YouTube channel anytime you want?
Anytime you want.
That's good stuff.
Yep. Jordan, I'm going to teach you how to plug after this.
We had about. I was checking last night while we were on. We had about 415 people watching live. What it looked like last night while we were on, and then I checked it this morning. It looked like it was about 485 people had watched it.
Can we get like those people to get over to the YouTube channel and subscribe and like? Can we? I got to start asking people to do that. I mean, it doesn't cost a dime. Go to the YouTube channel, like and watch. Back to your point, J-Mo. Sorry about that. Just wanted to plug.
I was going to say, Miami's. They look like the best team. They're playing like the best team. I am going to caveat by saying I still worry about the Mario Cristobal
effect
of them.
That sound familiar, Rusty?
Yeah, it does.
Losing to someone they shouldn't lose to because they seem to have 1 or 2 of those under him a year. But they do look like, I mean, so far this season, they look like the most talented team, the most well-coached team. They should be number 1 in the country.
They should.
Number 2, my takeaway was the Vanderbilt-Alabama game was a lot closer than the final score indicated. I mean, Pavia threw 2 picks inside the red zone. That game was a really good game. I also text this to you during the game, and this might be a hot take because I've not watched the Vanderbilt a lot this season, but from just watching the one game, Pavia has a noodle arm. They do not throw the ball downfield, and looks like just watching one game again, a lot of their stuff is condensed eye candy, trying to get leverage on the defense and hit a seam somewhere, or a lot of short stuff. But he's got.
And they have to run the ball well to be successful, without a doubt.
Yep, 100%.
Let's
see what else.
That's it. Really, it was just what I wanted, and you didn't hear the first part, was just a quick overview of the weekend, like a little teaser for the rest of the show.
Get Lee's take, Rusty.
Okay, yeah.
My take on one, sorry, I just joined.
No, we're all just kind of giving a little precursor to the show. It's Monday now, and looking back on the weekend, what was your overview from the weekend? Bobby's overview is simple. He thinks there's a lot of fraudulent teams in college football, and we're going to kind of talk about that later. I wrote that down. Mine is Tennessee, while they have an easy schedule, still has 4 legitimate football teams left that are pretty daggone good. Texas found out, etc.
I mean, obviously the Penn State debacle was what it was, but nothing too much different than what I thought. I mean, there's about like 20 teams that we think of like in the top 25, I guess, 20 to 25 that are all separated by like, I don't know, 4 to 7 points.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of teams at the top that are better than everybody else.
And yeah,
And I like if people want to put Miami number one because of their resume, that's fine. I get that they've beaten everybody, but Ohio State's the best team in the country. I don't care what anybody says. Like that, Miami has really good players up and down the roster. Ohio State has like the top of tier elite players in the country, and they're better coached than Miami. They're getting better and better every week. Like that team is ridiculous. Miami's the one team that can probably hang with them right now because what they can do at the line of scrimmage. But like to me, it's like them and Oregon and Texas Tech. Like I think Texas Tech is extremely legit.
mm-hmm.
Like they can make a college semifinal and like give somebody a game for like 60 minutes. Like maybe they can possibly pull some crazy stuff off. But like outside of like those four teams, like I think there's a tier for sure. But yeah, I mean the rest of the teams after that, I think it's just like they're all pretty much about the same. Like they're good. Nobody like not splitting. There's not a whole lot of difference in about 20 teams like that. So.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So let's get into talking points. Let's start it at Penn State, UCLA.
Hey, Rusty.
Yeah.
I like Columbo and just letting you know.
Okay. Cool. Penn State, UCLA. Unacceptable by Penn State. That's just a terrible performance. I know they had a overtime late game the Saturday before with Oregon that they lost, and getting your team back up, traveling across the Rockies, as everybody always says, is brutal. For them not to spy the quarterback Nico, but one play during the entire ball game is ridiculous. He completed 2 passes in the second half for 8 yards, and it was all scrambles and the running game. And they never spied him but once. That's just how do you come up with that game plan? I said a couple of weeks ago, maybe a little longer, that I thought Nico could play the college quarterback position really well in the right offense. And I said and Josh, you crushed me for this, but I said he could be a poor man's Haynes King
And he used his feet Saturday.
in Georgia Tech's offense if you used him that way, which is kind of what we did in Ohio State game when Sampson was hurt and they couldn't run the ball any other way. Heupel finally decided, hey, it's the last game of the year. I'm going to let him just be a quarterback who's going to run first and design runs for him. And that's kind of the way Georgia Tech uses King. I believe he could be successful in that offense, but I don't think his dad would allow him. But allow him to go to Georgia Tech money-wise, glamour-wise, whatever. But help me out. Why am I blanking on Neuheisel's son?
Yeah, Jerry Neuheisel.
AKA somebody Targaryen.
No, Joffrey Lannister.
Nah, he's a Targaryen.
Joffrey Targaryen.
He's
No, not Joffrey Targaryen. Joffrey Baratheon. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Yeah. Joffrey was a double Lannister, so I'm thinking he's Lannister Targaryen mix.
Yeah, he's a double Lannister, but he was named Joffrey Baratheon.
But nevertheless, his game plan was well thought out. It was they ran the ball all over Penn State. Nico threw for 126 yards, was efficient throwing, but it was exactly what Georgia Tech does. Really, really good game plan, but just, my God, Penn State, that's horrendous. They still got Illinois and Ohio. No, they still got Indiana. They got Indiana and Ohio State. Even if they won both of them, I guess if they win both of those, they're going to get to the Big Ten championship game and still have a chance at the playoffs. But I feel like if they lose either one of those, they have absolutely no argument as a 9-3 team. I'm not even sure if they got to 10-2 and won the rest, but didn't make the Big Ten.
Worst pay for a loss in college football? Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with arguing that one.
Let's say they won the rest and were 10-2, but didn't make the Big Ten championship game. And their 2 losses were Oregon at home in overtime and at UCLA. I don't think this is going to happen. Let's just say that happened. Would you allow them in the playoffs with that loss and a non-conference champion? Would you allow that loss to be your representative?
That loss is worse.
Ohio State.
Right. They would have been.
They win over Ohio State, and they're 10-2, and they're getting in.
Right.
Over a 10-2 Indiana team.
Well, they would have beaten Indiana in that scenario too, Joshy. That's that they would have head to head over Indiana.
Yeah, that's true.
Then yes, they have
They're not
to get it.
beating Ohio State.
Oh, they're not. No, they're not.
So, and I don't think anybody is.
It was strictly hypothetical.
They're better than they were last year, guys. Everybody's playing for Miami might have a chance. Ohio State's better than they were last year. They've got freak shows at all three levels of the defense. They're running this high-level NFL scheme that no college quarterback can handle. And then they're taking the reins off Sane, and it's kind of over. I'm sorry. I hate him too. I get it. It's kind of over. Hell, the number 2 wide receiver for them.
I'm starting to think you don't actually hate him. I'm not going to lie to you, Mark.
No, he
It's
hates
starting
him.
to come off as you don't actually hate him, and you've been a plant, and you've trolled your way all the way to the top for the last 10 years here.
I can't stand them. I don't like the Big Ten, but like I'm just being real. Like nobody's touching that team. I'm sorry. They've got freak shows everywhere, and days like
Nobody in their conference is going to touch them, not until their championship game, right? They don't play Oregon, correct?
they play.
Yeah, they avoid Oregon.
They're going to knock Oregon's dick in the dirt, man.
Yeah, they're better than I don't know that Oregon's that great.
Granted that they were last year, man. The quarterback is by the end of the season is going to be better than Will Howard.
So has Indiana replaced your Penn State is unbeatable take, pretty much? Now it's Indiana. This is a question. I'm being sincere.
Who, me?
Yeah. Do you think Indiana is what you thought Penn State was 2 weeks ago?
When did I ever say Penn State was unbeatable?
You said they were elite. That's a direct quote. I don't have to fake that one. You said that, not me.
The roster's certainly elite.
There were
got NFL players all over it.
One in the country by like everybody coming.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody thought they were the best team in the country.
I want to piggyback on that. Texas was 1, Penn State was 2, and Clemson was 4.
Were they 4? They weren't 6.
They were 4. They were 4. Ohio State was 3 preseason.
The returning production thing is, for years and years, was what people looked at when trying to determine who was at the top of the sport. And this year, like, that hasn't meant anything when it comes to Penn State and Clemson.
No.
And Texas is just the offense just is a total disaster. And then if their defense is going to do what they did on Saturday, like, they have no shot. I mean, that team is they might as well go ahead and make their reservations in the Gasparilla Bowl because they're not doing anything. Or the Music City Bowl.
The player on the Florida defense was a direct quote. He says, Arch has got talent. He's just scared to death. He's playing scared.
How much does Penn State return? I should know this, but I'm just wanting you to like re-emphasize it. Are they
2 starting run backs? Like, yeah, they're running back. They're all their offensive line. They're running backs. Most everybody on their defense except for like the 2 guys that were drafted in Tyler Warren. Like it was an extremely loaded like roster coming back.
Was it
like the loss to Oregon? Like they played great. Like they held that Oregon offense down. Like you saw how good that defense was. Like and in no way am I going to make excuses for what they did on Saturday. However, historically, like top 5 teams coming off those losses, like they had to Oregon come out very, very like sloppy,
flat,
and disorganized and flat. Like it happens all the time. Now,
I agree, but they lost to a laughing stock.
Listen, I just said I'm not making excuses for them, but it happens all the time where they're very slow coming out. The other big factor in that, and I'm not even including the travel thing here, which is I'm getting tired of hearing about, but the fact that UCLA instituted a brand new offense
in 2 days.
Penn State had no idea what they were running at them. It was the exact same thing that happened to us in 2022 when we went to South Carolina and they instituted a brand. I mean, everything we had practiced during the week, we saw on film. We didn't see any of it. The same thing happened to Penn State against UCLA. Like they had Knowles went in at halftime, made adjustments, shut down the passing game, but Nico killed him with his legs.
Yep.
Like I'm not excusing it. They came back, made it a game. They shouldn't have lost the game. That's hysterically bad. But I mean, this happens in college football. You're going to get 1 or 2 of these every year. Like it's unfortunate for Franklin because this is the best team he's ever had. It really is. Like I've forgiven him in the past because I don't think he's had the teams he's lost to. He's never really had better teams, but this year I thought he did.
and he screwed it up. So
let me say this about Ohio State. While I do think they're a juggernaut because Smith and Tate are stupid, the defense is as good a defense as probably there's been in college football.
In a decade plus.
Like the Bama Georgia two defenses. I mean, they're just loaded. But are they gonna ever? Is there gonna be a time when they miss Judkins and Henderson?
The back they have.
Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson's a stud. Like he's watching play. He's like a shot of a cannon, and they're gonna use him as the primary. Plus, what Day is doing is he is limiting the snap counts every game. They're playing slow as hell, so they're fresh for December and January, just like they were last year. Like Miami might be able to do something with them in the trenches, but like maybe A&M, because A&M's got a high value. But like there's like 4 teams that are playing to win it, and the rest of us are just kind of playing to get a bid. Sorry, like I hate to say it.
And we have to be playing to win it. I mean, like, can we just enjoy the fact that we're beaten?
Real quick. Here's what frustrates me. We supposedly, according to On3, now who knows, let me take that list for what it's worth, we are the number 2 collective in the country. Now, I get we are paying to be elite in basketball and baseball. I get that.
Yeah.
But with the number 2 collective in the country, our roster should be better than this. Period.
16th in blue chip. 16th in blue chip. Number 2 collective. But Ohio State doesn't have a baseball team.
I get that.
They don't spend on basketball. But you're no, I'm piggybacking off. I'm piggybacking off of yours.
They go all in on football, Rusty.
Right. That's what
They're
I'm.
not really trying. They're not really trying until they go and get a real coach. They're not really trying in basketball yet, and they don't spend on baseball. That's what I said.
Yeah.
We're trying. We are paid to be elite in those 2 sports. I get that, but with the number 2 collective in the country, supposedly, this roster should be better.
Here's the other thing: is I get the number 2 collective thing, but there's no way we have the money that Texas Tech is now spending, do we? Does anybody? Is Texas Tech about to be the team that spends the most money every year? That's a legit question.
They got to overpay.
I think they were
because
this
they're in
year
love.
officially.
I think that's official, Rusty. I
Yeah.
don't think anybody's arguing that.
I mean, I don't think anybody really knows for sure, like exactly. Like Miami doesn't have to report anything because they're a private school. Like nobody knows exactly, but they're going nuts. Like they've been doing this for 3 years. There's no telling what they're spending. I doubt Oregon is being clean with what they're spending. Like there were reports. I read an article today about the O linemen at Indiana are all making $500K a year at Indiana. Like Notre Dame wasn't paying their offensive linemen that much. That's why 3 of them left. We gave Pendleton like twice as much as Notre Dame was paying them. Like I don't think anybody really knows exactly what everybody's paying.
No, I get it.
I
Okay.
think we have an idea. I mean, we have an idea of who's paying a lot. As far as Texas Tech goes, yeah, they're paying a boatload because they have to be competitive, and they're like they want. I think it's great for the conference. Like hopefully some other schools in that conference like realize if they want to be competitive, they need to start spending too. You know, it just makes the conference better, football better.
So next game, Miami and Florida State.
Oh my God, the Phillies are going to tie this thing up.
I thought that game pretty much went the way we all thought it would. I don't think anybody was surprised by that. Miami just flexed on them. Florida State is quite fraudulent. Whatever happened that first week, it seems like it was last year at this point. The number 10 is a dude, a reclassified. Have we heard? Is he 16 or 17 like Ryan Williams? Have we heard that every time he touches the ball yet?
The rumor is he's 11 years old.
Is that correct? Okay.
He's 11.
All right.
Yeah.
Florida State made it closer than it really was. Texas Tech, Houston. That was
Hold on. The reason why, that's why Miami is going to end up screwing this up. Because Cristobal gets a 3-possession lead. He starts punting 3 times and punting.
Good point.
And that's going to end up costing him. If it doesn't cost him the regular season, he's not going to make it through 3 playoff games where it doesn't.
That's true.
2 out.
Oh, you're right. Hey, none of us trust Cristobal. I mean, yeah. Nobody trusted Ryan Day last year. Nobody trusts Cristobal now. And I think Day is way better than Cristobal. Texas Tech, Houston.
The pressure's off day.
It is.
He can finally
It is.
He can finally breathe.
That's the worst part.
He's kicking those players' asses every week, talking about this, harping on mistakes, and like just.
No, getting that off your back is.
Trust me, I
magnanimous.
I hate these people, and nobody hates this more than me. But man, like they're just on a totally different level than. I think you're. The number two wide receiver on their team is the second best wide receiver in the country. The number one wide receiver is like a top 4 wide receiver on planet Earth. I told. It's just a joke.
I told somebody earlier today. Smith would have been the number 1 draft pick this past draft if he wasn't.
The number 1 wide receiver on like 14 NFL teams.
Yeah.
Like Chase, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, and him.
I
pick somebody else. Like it's just a freak show.
I don't know that there's any. I don't know that Tate's definitely number 2, but I mean he's top 10.
Pretty damn close.
Yeah. I mean there's the kid at USC is a stud. His numbers are through the roof.
The kid at Tennessee's not too terrible. I know we're nobodies. We're a bunch of nobodies here, but he's not terrible.
Let's talk about I'll bring up Tennessee. Here's my point. One point about Tennessee. You play like you did last Saturday against Mississippi State, you have losses coming, plural. Period.
And you play like you did against Georgia, and you kick everybody's ass, Mark. I mean, I'm just
you
saying.
go.
I love how much you run up on Ohio State. I just can't take it anymore, man.
Okay.
Like Tennessee doesn't suck, dude. I'm not going to listen to it.
Now here's the thing. Here's the response to Tennessee versus Mississippi State last week. Yes, it was a lackluster performance at best. The muff punt, dropping balls, Kitzelman getting hit in the palm 2 times. Those things are just they made that game the way they shouldn't be.
But found a way to win that game.
But we found a way to win the ball game. But I'll say this: if you get that Ohio State versus Texas performance against a real team, Texas could lose. Because I think that Texas team might be pretty mid, and that's a ball game where if Texas just kicks field goals, they win. If they are if Sark
number 1.
Oh yeah, Sayan's going to be better later in the year. I'm not disputing that, but Tennessee has a right to be better next week than they were last week.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean we can't.
Like you did against Mississippi State, you have multiple losses coming.
Right, and if Ohio State, and my point is if Ohio, but
this schedule, anything less than 10-2 and in the playoff is unacceptable. My opinion.
The counterpoint, I respect that opinion. The counterpoint to that is though, if you just said if you play that way, multiple losses coming. If Ohio State plays the way they did week 1 in another ball game, which they're capable of doing, that teams have down weeks, then they can be beat.
If Ohio
or is it all, or does it only?
Ohio State plays like they did week 1, they'll win 21-10. Dodgers win.
Who does Ohio State play that can in the regular season that can actually like halfway show up? Indiana,
Penn State, Michigan.
Yeah,
if Bryce is grown up by then.
Indiana. Do they play Indiana? They don't play Indiana in the regular season, do they? That's right. I don't think.
Indiana, Rusty.
My point is just you can't say if this team plays a certain way and not throw the caveat in that if another team plays that way again.
I can, because Ohio State is on a totally different level than we are.
So your point is Ohio State can play a C- game and still beat Miami.
Everybody on their schedule.
Yeah. I'm talking about like playoff games.
Yes.
Miami.
I think they're the only team. I think them and Miami are the only teams that can win 3 playoff games. Maybe A&M among the contenders.
Wow.
Maybe I don't even think Oregon can.
Did you watch A&M versus Mississippi State?
I don't think A&M can win 3. I disagree there.
They're not very good.
I think they're good.
I don't think A&M either. I said maybe.
Yeah, I know. I'm being
honest. Like A&M's one of those teams that's like getting better every week. Like El Coach took over the defense after they were kind of like slow to start off. The last 2 weeks they've been a juggernaut on defense. Like he's cleaned a lot of that crap up. Like, if you look at their schedule, like, all of a sudden those 2 road games at LSU and Texas look a whole lot more winnable. I don't think they're losing at home.
Yeah.
Like, I think people better seriously start taking A&M. Like, that team can win this league.
Well, they got Texas on the road. That's terrible. They get Florida at home this week, right? Yeah.
Florida at home, yeah.
And no way Billy Napier puts up 2 straight performances like that.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Can we? What we can say,
This Beignet kid just absolutely cranked a circle change. Did you see that, Lee?
Can we say that? Can we say that the freshman Wilson for Florida is a freak show though, and is a mismatch?
Yeah, the caller Florida said today, Rusty, get the ball to that kid.
No, he's like.
The caller in Florida also said that he was caring about U10 football. I'm done with him as well.
Dallas Wilson is a problem in this league. Like,
Yeah.
that's a true freshman that looks like a 10-year vet in the NFL. Like,
Yes.
he is a freaking problem.
Oh yeah, he's a dude.
He's a nice player.
He's a dude.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, he's good.
And they play.
no idea what to do with him.
If they used that game plan that they played Saturday, they beat South Florida and they beat LSU.
Yeah.
It's just typical Napier, man. This guy's done this every year since he's been coaching, wherever he's been. It's like when he's an underdog and everybody's counting him out, you just can't kill him. He's a Terminator, but then when you think he's going to win, he's going to look like shit. It's just.
But I mean, hey,
You said it about 2 years ago, Lee, and you are 100% correct. I even quoted you. I think it was Saturday.
but it's
Billy Napier is going to have you in every single game you play, and that's not necessarily a good thing. You said that, and I've quoted that 1,000 times because it's exactly true.
The best case scenario for Tennessee going down there is to have like Florida just run rough shot from now until that point, and then with like world beaters, and then them be like 7
and him playing head.
down there.
Yep, 100%. I heard that that Florida's administration wants to keep them. They don't want to pay the buyout. I don't know how they can sell it to their fans. But
Wow.
His buyout's a lot, though, to be fair. Isn't it like $42 million?
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's why eventually all these schools are going to eventually give in and like take the Saudi Arabia money so they can afford to buy out all their coaches. Like Penn State can't buy out.
Yeah.
They can't buy out Napier. None of these schools can afford it and pay for players. So eventually they're all going to cave and they're all going to take the Saudi Arabia money.
My point about Saturday though, you're right about Napier. Napier is an idiot when it comes to game planning and things like that. But how complicated was it to come out and realize it? I mean, it took a bye week for you to realize maybe we should hand the ball to Ball, I don't know, 30 times and not put the game on Lagway's shoulder as we're going to be a pass-first offense, which they tried to be the first 4 ball games.
Yep.
I mean, it took them 4 ball games going 1-3 to realize that. And you're right, it's Napier. It's his MO.
Didn't you say that a few weeks ago, Rusty? If Florida ran the ball every time against LSU, they would have won the game.
I said if Lagway didn't throw a pass, they would have. I mean, they lost the ball game 20-10. He threw 5 picks. If he throws 2, and they run it, and he throws 10 passes all day, and he throws 2 picks, they're and one of those picks was a pick 6. I mean, it's not complicated.
I don't think Lane would take that job.
No, I don't know if he would or not, but
I'm sorry, did you guys say Lane Kiffin?
Money
Yeah.
broke on this.
Oh yeah, I agree with you there, Mark.
I think they have a better situation money wise at Ole Miss. Well, I don't think he'd take it.
What if Florida makes one of the most out of the box coaching hires and they go after Drinka fifth?
no, man.
Missouri's got doing more in NIL space than Florida is.
And they're a better program than Florida right now. I mean, I hate drinking.
Yeah.
How about Jerry Neuheisel?
Joffrey Lannister?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Florida, I love the Neuheisel. The Neuheisel thing was great, man. Like
It was all good. It was so good to watch.
But like, man, those kids have been shit on like all year. I felt great for those kids. Like that's the same way.
It was beautiful.
I don't care what school it is. If it was UCLA, if it was anybody else. Like those kids have been shit on. Like I'm glad they had a chance to win that. Like I thought the scenes were good. The press conferences with Neuheisel were awesome. Like, I'm not a big fan of his dad, but good for that guy, man.
No, I thought that was a blast.
We all said it. We just didn't realize how integral Nico Amaliaba is going to be to us making the playoffs this year. Them beating Penn State gives Tennessee a puncher's chance to make the playoffs.
Yes, it does.
I mean, it possibly opens up another spot, like as far as Big
That's
Ten.
what I mean. Right now, Tennessee's 7th in the SEC.
Does it
They're
open?
12th in the country and 7th in the damn SEC.
Does it open up a spot for Virginia? Is that what it did?
I mean,
it's just
they're schedule merchants.
it cuts like
Yeah,
right
they
now.
are.
Because right now you're looking at basically 3 Big Ten teams that are going out for like Indiana, Oregon, and Ohio State. Now, and then the winner of USC Michigan this weekend has a shot to stay in it. But if you take those 2 teams out, they lose a couple of games, and really looking at just 3 Big Ten teams now. So.
Let's say USC wins this weekend, Lee. Does that make Notre Dame USC a play-in game basically in like 3 weeks?
Yeah, it
There could be, yeah.
for sure.
Notre Dame getting in at 10-2 again would be quite the thing with no wins versus top 25 teams at all.
They lost.
I guess
They
USC would
lost
be
by
potential.
4. They lost by
Yeah.
4 total points to the number 2 and the number 5 team in the country.
That's why you hope USC beats
lost
the
2 points.
Well,
in the game
I understand
to the
that, but
number 5
also they still lost. Just like people hold Tennessee accountable to losing to Georgia after a 16-foot wide right kick. Because if by that logic it's, well, Tennessee lost by 16 feet. But what I'm saying is,
but Notre Dame's ranked 16th right now. They're not.
Yeah, but they have no.
They're ranked right where they should be.
If USC does not have a good season, let's say they end up 8-4, 9-3, they'll probably be ranked. But 8-4, Notre Dame will have 0 ranked wins. 0.
Well, the resume is not going to be good. I mean, like I go either way. Like I would understand resumes, so they don't beat anybody, they didn't beat anybody, and I get it. At the same time, I do kind of think they are one of the 12 best teams.
I did.
But,
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that.
I mean, I wouldn't.
I'm just saying,
like I said,
schedule, you can't put them in.
Either way, it just depends on who they're competing with. Like I said, if it comes down to them and like Texas A&M and they're both 10-2, Texas A&M beat them head up, so they're behind them.
They should be.
You know?
Yeah.
So never know.
And A&M's resume would be significant, way better, more than likely in that situation too. Plus the head-to-head. Want to look at the AP poll for a second. Ohio State, Miami, Oregon, Ole Miss, A&M, Oklahoma, Indiana, Bama, Texas Tech, Georgia. Your top 10.
Should Oklahoma? I know by merit they should be 6th, but do we really, as a panel, believe they're the 6th best team in college football right now, with their quarterback being dressed out but having basically a club on his throwing hand?
I mean, as of right now, I have them no problem with them being 6. I don't. It doesn't bother me them being ranked there. I'm not really bothered by anything in the polls. I'm not sure why LSU's 11, Tennessee's 12. I would reverse those.
You finally got Iowa State out of there.
Virginia ahead of Vandy. I think I'd have Vandy ranked ahead of Virginia. Just that's my thoughts. I guess Virginia beating Florida State is carrying a ton of weight. Yeah, I don't have a lot of problem with the polls this week.
I think Vandy shouldn't have dropped. There's something I believe. I don't think they should have dropped.
Yeah, Vandy should probably, I think, actually be higher.
Yeah.
Like, BYU has no business being in that poll anywhere close.
Yeah.
Who did they lose to? I don't know who they lost
BYU's
to.
BYU's undefeated.
They're undefeated. But
Okay.
they haven't played like they have played nobody. Like nobody. And they're not very good.
Is Boise State any good this year? Because I was trying to figure out. I mean, they were right in it until the 4th quarter with Notre Dame, and I was just trying to figure out if they're any good.
I mean, that South Florida throttling isn't going to do a lot of help for their perception. I don't think that.
Mountain West stinks. They're not that good.
Yeah.
The whole Mountain West is really sorry.
So Notre Dame's win, while a win, was not like that impressive. That's not your older brother's Boise State team.
Brother, if Notre Dame gets in, Notre Dame's only argument is going to be this. It's not going to be the record against the teams. It's going to be they beat USC, and they have to hope USC's pretty good. And it's going to be you lost to 2 of the top 10 teams in the country, one by a missed extra point and the other one by a couple fluke touchdown passes by Carson Beck. at Miami. That's their argument's going
They
to be
will
weak.
have no argument over Tennessee if that's true. If a 10-2 Tennessee and a
No.
10-2 Notre Dame, because 10-2 Tennessee will have a loss to a probably 10, top 12 Georgia team and a top 10 Alabama team, and they will have beaten 3 or 4 ranked teams at that point.
Yeah, I don't see any way that if it goes perfect and Notre Dame runs the table and USC stays good and that's their best win, like USC ends up 9-3 or whatever. Tennessee at 10-2 is a better resume. A&M at 10-2 is a better resume. Ole Miss at 10-2 is a better resume. Georgia at 10-2 is a better resume. LSU at 10-2 is a better resume. Yeah, you can go through the list, and all of those teams are going to have a better resume. That's not going to be debatable.
Yeah, there's going to be resumes. It's going to be tough for Notre Dame. I mean, it's really just for them. It's just going to have to be like style points, like vibes, like they're just going to have to kill everybody and just look the part. Like he looked. I don't know. I don't think he's that good.
Is that why?
I think Tennessee gave the country how to beat Georgia with defense, and our defense was down.
Yeah.
We're missing 4 starters.
I think Georgia's got some losses coming.
Yeah, Lee,
I agree.
Would you take the points with Ole Miss at Georgia? God, I want to say it's like 10.
I don't think Ole Miss is going to have a problem scoring on them.
Is that a game that's
You're saying Ole Miss is giving 10 or getting 10?
Getting 10. They're at Georgia.
They're getting 10. Okay, I thought you said they were giving 10. Good Lord.
I think Georgia is really. I think Georgia's really, really good at everything, except they can't rush the passer with 4 dudes.
Yeah, that's
I'm not sure what are they really, really good at though.
I mean, they had their running back average 9 yards a carry against Bama. That they can run the ball.
I don't think Bama's defense is very good.
True. Yeah, you might be right there.
So when does Tennessee
Their
play a
running
good
game is
defense?
pretty good. Like their running game is pretty good. I'll give them that, but I don't know. I just watch them. I just think that's slightly above average football team. I think this is the worst team he's had in a long time.
It is. I just meant
agree.
they stopped the run pretty daggone well.
Yeah.
They're fine in the secondary, except for the fact that their defensive line is giving the quarterback on the opposing team all day to throw. That and they run. Here's the other thing: is Gunnar Stockton ever going to figure out how to throw against the zone? That's the real worry with them, in my opinion.
Serious question. I asked that earlier. I didn't get an answer.
I think they're a top 5 defense in the country for sure.
Agreed.
I think they're much, much better than Georgia. I don't think it's really particularly close. Like their pass rush.
Who was that?
By far the best team on our
Oklahoma
schedule.
Oh yeah, Oklahoma's pass rush is nasty. Florida's pass rush is pretty stout. I mean, yeah.
They get no. Like up until the Texas game, they were like close to dead last in the country in sacks and pressure rate. Like they didn't even have their number 1 first round pick on the defensive line in that game Saturday against the
Bomb. Oh my God, he tied it up.
Yeah, he did.
That was fucking hammered.
Oh my God.
That ball was nuked.
Yeah.
So
I
Vandy,
was one- Oh, go ahead.
go ahead. No, Josh, you go ahead. If you have something else.
109 miles an hour.
Yeah, Lee, is not a lot of people are wanting Gleason to start over Stockton.
I don't know. I just feel like the longer the season goes, I think it's going to show that Stockton is just kind of just an average guy. Like in the past, like Georgia could get by and win with just a regular quarterback because they had so much talent around them, and I just don't think it's still talent. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the elite talent. He's a liability at times out there. But there's just things he can't do when they need him to do it.
Lee, Tim Banks, you and I have crushed him many times in the past. He should be blamed heavily for the Tennessee game. Him playing as much man-to-man as he did in the Georgia game against Gunnar Stockton, who can attack a zone, is criminal.
Here's my thing on Georgia.
I mean, obviously that was like the first real game they played. We didn't really have a whole lot of tape on him. So I mean, if we were playing him now, I'm sure he probably wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do it. You know, it's obviously more out on Stockton now.
Well, I mean,
I don't think Georgia's falling apart. Like they're going to go like 6-6.
No, I know. No, I know.
And be like a decent team. Like I don't think they're that great.
No, what I meant was Stockton against Notre Dame in the playoffs last year. When Notre Dame went man, he attacked them fairly well. He could not throw on them when they went zone. The first 2 weeks of the season, Marshall and Austin Peay played nothing but rush 3 and drop 8 into big zones, and he was mid. And when we played him, he completed 34% of his passes. 37% of his passes when we played zone, and he completed 84% when we played man. That should have been. And then on the most important play of the ball game, a 4th and 7, you go 0 blitz, put a freshman on an island. That's just malpractice as a coach.
In the 2-point conversion too.
Yeah, but that was a really nicely drawn up play. That's the Kansas City play that they used against the Eagles. I can live with that. It's you get somebody 4th and 7, and you know all day long he's been shredding you in man, and he's been attacking number 4. It's just Banks, man, Banks. I think that's the biggest problem Tennessee has. So
I said it all before last year, but I can't really. I mean, the end result has been good, and it was good enough last year. Even though I do think there were some smoke and mirrors whenever we stepped up and played the best teams. We have those moments where we can't stop anybody.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like I don't want to rail him too much. I do think he did a good job last year. I mean,
he has great moments.
You have to. I know. You know, the defensive line isn't his baby, but you have to give him some credit. It's like, but at the same time, I still like, I still think it's definitely the weakest part of our program right now.
Yeah,
and I think it shows on a weekly basis. I think it showed every week. Like it's just. I
mean, the pass rush is elite, and
pass rush is great.
And he's got his safeties blowing coverages on the back end repeatedly. I mean. I'm trying not to kill him.
Safety and linebacker play is just, it's maddening.
He does a lot of good things. He's just had some really bad gaffes. At Georgia last year, Georgia at home this year, he totally mismanaged what he did scheme-wise in those 2 ball games. Totally.
Do you think it'll help getting back to pretty good defensive tackles and potentially an All-American?
The 2 tackles gives you rotational depth, but we lead the country in sacks. Getting McCoy back, if you get him back, that means that, I mean, if you'd have had McCoy in the Georgia game, they couldn't have picked on Redmond in man-to-man. And that's where they had all their success.
I'm not sure they can pick on Redmond now. He seems to have improved even over that game. But I agree.
Maybe I don't know that we've seen him attack the same way since. I don't know that he can. But, I mean, McCoy still is a huge upgrade if he's truly 100% and he comes back. We don't know that he will be. Fraudulent teams. My take on that, Bobby, and I'm going to give my take, and then I'll let you guys discuss. I don't know that there's fraudulent teams. I think there's teams that have easier schedules, and I think there's I think 3 or 4 through 20 are pretty similar. There's a lot of good teams, and the talent's dispersed throughout the sport pretty evenly now between the portal and NIL. What is your meaning on fraudulent teams? Because I want to make sure you get to clarify what you're saying.
I mean, fair enough.
on the BVS Nega
Oh,
Ball.
no doubt. But I don't shit on the balls. I just say, hey, they're not very good. They
I'm
piss
just
me off.
getting around with the 2 defensive TD scores. God damn.
No,
relax.
No, honest to God, you're not wrong about that. We were pretty bad last weekend. I admit that. But also, I'm not sure that Mississippi State's as bad as everybody says they are right now.
They're
Because
much better. He's Levy's going to score points.
They're a good football team.
and they can play a little bit on defense. I mean, they held
they
Texas A&M to 7 points. Was it 7 or 10 in the first half? Forgive me, I don't remember.
I think it was 7.
I mean, that game wasn't close. The A&M waxed them. Like that game was completely over.
And look,
Did you?
I mean,
I'm not condescending. I'm asking.
I mean,
did you watch?
it was a
the
one.
first half.
It was.
That was the biggest play I had of the weekend. Was A&M laying the point.
It was a one. I mean, it was a one-score game going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean A&M was like sleptwalked, but that game's never really like Mississippi State was never threatening to actually win that game. And once A&M
Because A&M's defense is so good. That's true.
it's better than what I mean. That was the weak point of A&M. I don't know. Mississippi State is better than what they were. They're still at the bottom of this league. Like,
No, they're not. Kentucky's at the bottom of the league.
well, I mean, I'm talking in general.
Oh, like bottom 10, bottom 4. I won't disagree with that.
Mississippi State is the brokest team in the league. They have
Oh,
no
for sure.
money.
Who's
That's why Levy is like he's going to go take the Oklahoma State.
He is
job.
going to take the Oklahoma State
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
I've heard that. I've heard that from people in the know. They think he's going to go get that
Get
job.
out of there. Like they're done. In the old days, when it was all under the table, what Mullen would do is he would spend all of their under the table money, and they didn't have a ton, but they had some.
The
He would
poker
spend
chips,
all of his
man.
he would spend all of the under the table money on front 7 guys because they knew he could scheme it up enough to keep them competitive. But now it's totally different, and they have no money.
Hey, here's one for you. Does Levy take the USF job if
no?
Conrad takes a different job? I would. USF is a better job than Mississippi
That
State.
wouldn't be a bad decision, to be honest.
I think
They have better players, they have more money, and they're in a more winnable conference.
In there in Tampa.
Hey, Starkville's really nice, man. So is Mississippi State? Is
Not really.
Is Mississippi? I was joking. Is Mississippi State better than Arkansas?
Yes, I think so. I do think, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Taylor
about.
Green makes up for a lot of errors, though.
Dude. Like,
I don't.
Look, here's what Petrino's selling these guys on this week. I'm just telling you. He's selling all these guys on, look, this is all going to be on tape. Whether you're going to play here next year or you're going to get in the portal. All this is going to be on tape. I think Petrino's coming in here and dropping 30 on us.
Yeah.
We may score 45, 50. He's dropping 30 on us.
Yeah. No, I've said.
60 on him a couple weeks ago. I forgot. Who was that? Was it Notre Dame?
Notre Dame's lit
They
up.
could have scored 100.
They called off the dogs and
Are
scored.
we as good as Notre Dame on offense? I really don't know. You guys know more of that
Arkansas
stuff.
totally quit at that point.
Jeremiah.
Here's the thing, like Arkansas is the biggest thing is I said this all summer. That defensive line is like hysterically small and bad. Like it's not even close to SEC level. Like Aguilar will be able to drop back, have all day to find receivers, have receivers get open. We should, unless we just throw the ball away, put the ball on the ground, like
Drop
we
it.
should score every time we have the ball against that defense. Like,
Yeah.
they get absolutely zero pressure. Like it amazes me they actually went into a season with those dudes on their defensive line. It's laughable.
So
Like it's like worse than like MTSU.
so is the I just want to just yes or no. Is Mississippi State better than Arkansas?
I think they probably are all around. I guess
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Is Mississippi State better than Kentucky?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're better than those two. Yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of where the line is. Yeah, I mean they're down there.
Are they better than Auburn? Auburn's pretty decent but they've played really bad.
Close to Auburn.
Is Jackson Arnold the quarterback? That's the question. He's been
If
benched.
he is,
Freeze the cut.
it's Hugh Freeze, the coach. Hey, crank up the damn Jimmy drums,
That's
Rusty.
right.
Yeah, if he does not beat Georgia or Missouri these next 2 weeks, he's gone.
Is Mississippi State
He's
better
going
than?
to go back to shagging high school girls.
He's
at
gonna,
my
he's gonna go down to Southern Miss and open a mega church.
Oh,
Doesn't he?
the righteous.
have really bad health.
Yeah.
He has bad health problems like Urban Meyer has heart problems.
Dude, yeah, good point. Yeah. He's handicap suffering.
The guy does have cancer.
He does.
Yeah, he does have cancer.
Yeah, prostate. Yeah.
Is South Carolina any good?
Is it horrible that I don't know that I totally believe it? Like,
Yeah, it's pretty horrible. I'm pretty sure he has.
Sellers is really good, but they lost so many guys on defense, and it's not like they're Ohio State where they can just reload it real quick. It's South Carolina.
Yep.
But Sellers has been really damn good this year.
Yeah.
He's legit.
Who do they play this week?
oh no. So the fraudulent team thing, back to that, Bobby. Your point is just there's
All the
exposed.
fraudulent teams are starting to expose themselves.
All right, I'm
And
with.
it's nice to see.
I'm with
But
you on
like
that.
I said, I don't think anybody really went to the season. Everybody's pretty high on Clemson and pretty high on Penn State, and the arguments were legit for them. I mean,
Yeah.
they were real arguments that made a ton of sense based on everything we knew about college football.
But that doesn't make them not frauds. You agree with that? That makes them more frauds. It's because all their metrics are that. It's just that they're a fraudulent team. They are not good.
I don't know. I guess my definition of fraud is like a team everybody thinks is good, but it's very, but they're really not. Everybody knows they're not when everybody at the time everybody thinks they're good.
Yeah, I wasn't sure they were. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think they were fraud. They just weren't as. They ended up not being as good as everything that would point towards them being good. Like.
So you're saying the metrics and people in the know were pointing towards them being good, but
I mean, there's always going to be teams every year that are ranked highly that have subpar years that disappoint. That happens every year.
there's a potential that those three schools aren't even ranked at the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like the number one team in the case of like Texas or Penn State, depending on which ranking you looked at, like I'm trying to think like the last time a number one team was kind of that far off and not. Like the
Florida State one year was really bad.
The last one I could think of was like the Matt Barkley USC team was like number one on everybody's list going into that season, and they ended up not being very good at all. Like
The 08 Tennessee teams like that. Were we ranked number one?
no, the 05 Tennessee.
The 05.
I said 08. I'm sorry.
The 05 team.
I want the inside story of what went on with that team. What was going on in the line?
Mark, over a beer soon, I will tell you.
Angie.
Like,
Sorry.
I want to know what happened with that team. Like, I would have fired Fulmer then,
Yep.
but
Ainge, Clausen.
That team was freaking loaded.
Everyone on the team hated Ainge, and everyone loved the short and skinny is everyone loved Clausen on the team, and Fulmer kept starting Ainge. That's the long and the short and skinny.
Like I'm thinking, like somebody was banging another one's girlfriend, and it like that's the only thing I can think of.
The defense still ended up like top 9 in the country that year.
Well, the 08 team, they had the number 3 defense in the country and went 5-6.
Yeah. 2, 5, and 6 seasons with top 10 defenses.
Brought that claw fence in. That takes like over a year to implement, and he thought he had more than a year, and he didn't have more than a year. But like that 05 is still dumbfounding to me.
The story goes that Rick Clausen came in and led you to an SEC championship game, and then in the offseason he outplayed Eric Ainge in fall camp, and
That's
everybody
exactly what happened, and everybody on the damn team knew it.
They still named Eric Ainge the starting quarterback, despite the entire team seeing Rick Clausen outplay Eric Ainge in fall camp, and the team
And they
quit on the coaching staff for naming Eric Ainge the quarterback.
Well, Jordan, you just took away a free beer from Mark for me. I
Don't-
appreciate that. That's the story.
Was Sanders the OC that year?
Yeah, Sanders got fired week 7. We were sitting we were at Mellow Mushroom sitting next to Mike Hamilton in the booth next to us, and Gina says out loud as she can, "Are they ever going to fire Randy Sanders?" With Mike Hamilton feet away. And he was fired 2 weeks later.
And it made it even worse when you go down to LSU and Eric Ainge plays like complete dog shit, and then Rick Clausen leads you all the way back to beat LSU.
To win. Yeah.
I remember where I was. I just met my wife. That's really interesting you said that one, too. Is that the same year that Ainge had the pirouette interception against
Yes.
Notre Dame?
Yes.
down in the Katrina.
100%.
Down in the Katrina
I'll
game.
see you around.
Oh, no, the Katrina game. I'm thinking of the Katrina game.
That was the Monday.
He had a
That was the
real bad
Monday night.
interception around halftime against Notre Dame, right?
No, that was 04.
He,
That was 04.
yeah. 04 is when he broke his collarbone. 05 we went to Notre Dame, and Ainge had become the starter again because Clausen got hurt or something, and Ainge played pretty well that day. They had the grass 9 feet high, and Charlie Weiss's boys won.
04, they got, the Auburn train came through. Since he was on the tracks, the Auburn train came through. But
Yeah, we went to the
Twice.
SEC championship game that year.
Twice.
They almost beat him in the SEC championship game, but the game against Notre Dame, I remember this. At the end of the first half, like it was kind of just a weird game. They weren't, but like Homer, there was under a minute to go in the first half, and they were inside their own 20,
And they were trying to throw it.
he was Ainge hurt.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what it was.
They weren't in Hail Mary range.
Trying to score here, dude. Just regroup at halftime, come out and beat them.
Yep. They actually got to like the 40.
I think you're wrong.
They got to in that game. They got to like the 42 or 3 yard line, negative territory, and last play of the half, they were going to throw a Hail Mary or something, and he got sacked and buried into the ground and separated his shoulder, and that was it. And then Clausen came in and threw a pick six. Clausen threw a pick six in the second half, like early fourth quarter, that won Notre Dame the ball game.
Yeah, and it was just like, dude, just get the
Yeah,
halftime.
and they went to
And he just ran that stupid shit.
Yep.
Notre Dame lost 6 games that year.
Oh yeah, they were a bad team.
Well, they were bad.
Yep.
And then the next year they had Weiss when we went up there, and
That was Willingham's last year.
Yep.
They lost to Willingham.
Yep.
My God, that we did lose to that.
They
club.
100%. The Quinn next year team.
That half, I'm like, what are they doing?
That's the same year that Reggie Bush and Leinart had the tush push at Notre Dame. We played them a couple weeks later and played with them for like the first 3 quarters, and then they ended up pulling way late. Yeah.
That was the 05 year.
That was the 05 year. Yeah, that was the Ainge Clausen juggling act all year long. We win at LSU on the comeback. Clausen comes home, beats Ole Miss. Then we play Georgia. Jonathan Wade has a punt return for a touchdown, but we can't defend DJ. What was number 3? DJ Shockley. We couldn't defend him. And Georgia, we lost the Georgia game, and then it just spiraled really, really bad. Yeah.
That 04 team was not terrible. For Tennessee.
No, they took Auburn to the wire.
They wanted. They gave Auburn all they wanted down there.
Forgive me, did we not beat we beat Georgia at Georgia that year, didn't we?
Yeah, Brett.
Their pump block. There.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't the pump block year. The pump block year was the 06 season when Cutco came back. 04 was
No, we beat
Ainge.
Georgia 19.
Yeah, 04
Ainge won the game.
04 was Ainge hitting Brett Smith for a touchdown on the first drive of the ball game, wide open in the back of the end zone, and then he hit Hannon for a touchdown late third quarter or late fourth, early.
That was right in front of me. I was at that game, the first round. Right by the hedges.
Yeah, that was the Pollock David Green. David Green threw a pass into the end zone to win it that got deflected at the end.
And they got deflected, and David Pollock cried like a bitch.
Yeah.
Plastic Pollock cried like a bitch.
Yeah, we beat Florida. 04 beat Florida on the Will Hoyt field goal at Georgia, and lost to Auburn twice, and then won. Clausen won the ball game. Beat the shit out of A&M.
That's right. Was it the Cotton Bowl?
Cotton Bowl beating the hell out of A&M.
Yeah.
Did it? No, I was thinking it snowed, but that wasn't that Cotton Bowl. That was a Kansas.
That was the
State
Kansas
Cotton
State snow game.
Kansas State.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was up on the porch with all the old guys. Good God.
Yeah. Yeah, the 04 team went, I guess, 11-2. 11 and
3.
No, that was
Auburn twice.
Auburn and Notre Dame. Yeah, 10-3. 10-3. You're right. 10-3.
And had Auburn
Said-
absolutely scared for their life in that SEC title.
Gerald Riggs ran crazy.
We put the national champions on the rope, right, Mark? The 04 Auburn national championship team.
Didn't we also, is it that SEC championship game where it was Riggs that broke like a 75-yard touchdown
Yeah, he
run
ran
to cut
wild.
it to like
Riggs
3?
ran
Yes.
No.
But they threw a flag.
Yes.
I think
Riggs-
like that and brought it back.
Yes. Riggs had 2 70-plus yard touchdowns and a 70-plus yard touchdown called back for a hold.
And it cut the one that got called back. I'm pretty sure.
It came back in 2005 and went by. I would have fired Fulmer in 05. I'm sorry.
The one that
That was his first losing season, wasn't it? Though.
Yes, that
Yeah, it was.
the 01
Yeah,
the 01 Atlanta trip was the first nail, and that should have been the final nail in 05.
I agree with
You
both
knew it
those
was
things.
flip.
I was
You
at
knew it
both
was
those
flip.
games, by the way.
You knew it was flipping. I mean, look, let's be real. The program, the first death knell was blowing that lead to Saban in 2001.
Yeah.
And not only
With
that,
Casey
Mark,
Colombo at quarterback, and you should have been playing in the Rose Bowl for a national championship.
That was,
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think.
Yeah,
we
that's
beat
first
that
nail.
Miami team. I don't think we beat that Miami
No.
team, but we play them a hell of a lot closer in Nebraska.
Oh God,
I
yeah.
mean, they're shit, absolutely.
We would have gave them a bad game.
That game not only marked the beginning of our downfall, it was also the beginning of the Nick Saban's reign of terror in the league.
Yep.
It's crazy how that worked out.
Hey,
Like that game defined one coach and two coaches, because they were never the same after that.
since
They were never the same after that.
since we've traveled down memory lane, I'm gonna throw this one at everybody that's gonna make you a little nauseated. Sorry. This is 2005. We've lost to Georgia and we've lost to Florida. Urban Meyer's first year down there. We're going back and forth on quarterbacks. It's the third Saturday in October. This is 2005. Mike Shula is in what should have been his last year of coaching at Bama. We go down there. I don't see the first half of the ball game. I'm coaching a travel football team, and we're playing in Greenville during the first half. Driving home, get home for the fourth quarter. It's a 4-point ball game in the last minute and a half, 2 minutes, and we throw a screen pass to 45. Our fullback at the time, Corey Anderson.
Big black dude.
Yeah, Corey Anderson. We throw him a screen pass.
Yeah.
He's
You're
he,
gonna do this to me, Russ?
wait. It gets so good. It gets so good, Bobby. This is the butterfly effect from hell. Anderson runs it. He's going into the end zone, and on about the two.
Going into the end zone for the young kids. There was no one there.
He's getting into the end zone and gets blindsided from a safety coming, not the ball side either, and knocks the ball loose, rolls through the back of the end zone.
Comes out of the end zone.
Safety, they take a knee. But the main part of the story isn't just that day. It's what it did. If we win that ball game, Mike Shula gets fired that year in 2005, which means he doesn't come back in 06 and coach in 06 when he gets fired at the end of the 06 year. Which means Nick Saban doesn't get the Alabama job. There's the butterfly effect.
And now I want to go jump off the Henley.
And the greatest coach of all time won 6 natties.
Yep.
Two games that, because we're also going down memory lane, and you guys were talking about the beginning of the end for Fulmer. I kind of go back to 99 when you return basically 85% of a national championship team.
Yeah.
Somehow lose 3 football games. Number one, you go to the swamp, Deion Grant picks the ball off at about midfield, and instead of trying to return it to get in field goal range, he steps out of bounds. Secondly, you get a 4th and 3.
Tall sweep to Jamal.
Is about 5 yards to get in field goal range.
God, that was a terrible call. I was at
And
that
you
game.
call a toss sweep to Jamal Lewis that gets absolutely snuffed out and stopped.
Yeah.
Then you lose to Florida.
By the way, wait. We might have in that same game you're talking about, J-Mo, the 4th down call is horrible. Deion stepping out of bounds drove me crazy. But we could have maybe chipped Alex Brown once or twice.
Once or twice.
Go ahead.
Well, I will say this. Hey, I was at that game. That's the loudest football stadium I've ever been in.
Wow.
Despite all that,
What year?
you still end up number 2 in the BCS standings going to Arkansas, and you shit the bed at Arkansas. Even
99.
though I think, I'm pretty sure
the year after
you
national.
were up like 17-7 or 14-7 or something like that in that game, and you allow them to come back and beat you, which knocked you completely out of the national championship race.
I'll not defend them. I'll justify that season by this. That team had a bunch of dudes who were, look, we won our natty. I'm not getting hurt. I want to get to the NFL. Like, they had NFL.
Completely understandable, and I 100% right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not excusing it, but that's what that was. Look,
Yo.
let's be real.
No, 100% right. But hang on, 100% right. But this is where Nick Saban is the greatest college football coach of all time. Because how many times was he in the exact same scenario, yet he was somehow able to every year get those players of Alabama to play like their head was on fire. And that's why, Saban's the greatest coach of all time because every single year, no matter the amount of success they had, it never meant anything. It was always a new year, and no matter how many pro players they had that could go pro, like, it's just why he's the greatest of all time.
J-Mo.
And other than the year that Clemson took the shit out of them, they never lost like the championship game or the game to knock them out. It was never like they didn't get dominated. They just they got like Auburn had to kick 6. Ohio State beat them in the Sugar Bowl in a great game. They always lost a great game.
Yeah.
They never got the shit kicked out of them.
They had the 1-9-3 year where they played Michigan State in the Citrus Bowl and beat them 31-0. That was their worst year.
And that Alabama team had NFL-itis.
Yeah.
All those guys came back.
Yeah.
And then he learned from that and stopped it. But back to Fulmer. Let's be real. Our quote-unquote network in the 90s was about as efficient and about as good as it could get. He had the best roster in the league for like 7 years.
Yep.
He did. Because Spur didn't like to recruit. And he got 2 SEC titles and 1 natty out of it. And they had the best roster in the league for like 7 years.
I'm gonna give J-Mo the stat from the 99 team that's gonna make it all make sense.
Also, one of my friends who tailgates with us, Rusty, just texted me. Rodney just text me and he said, I tuned into Banter. You guys are doing horror stories. I can't sleep now and I won't for a week.
You're welcome, Rodney.
I'm glad you said that. Berto, do you remember what my thing was about this weekend and what I want to talk about and how relaxing it was? And you guys have just kicked the shit out of me so much.
So J-Mo, here is the stat from the 99 season, and Jan is right. We are. Hey, y'all remember in 98 when we threw a touchdown pass to Peerless Price and beat Florida State? That was awesome.
Really awesome.
So 99, T. Martin threw 13 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. That's all you need to know.
He was the first team All-SEC quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that nobody has brought up the 2001 Georgia Squib Kick yet.
Number 3, my ass.
Yeah. Nobody's brought up what?
I don't want to talk about negative things anymore. We got a football game to win this weekend.
Yeah. So
let's not be negative.
When you brought up Corey Anderson, I almost seriously just got in the car and started driving towards the Henley.
it's that fumble, the effect that it had. My God, because
when you said that, it reminded me of the Pig Howard fumble against the pylon.
It gets worse. It gets worse, Bobby. It gets worse, Bobby. Because think about this: if they would have done that and Saban hadn't went to Bama, because Shula would have been fired in 2005. When we fired Fulmer, Saban could have been on the table for us. Oh,
I don't think Saban would have been on the table.
I don't think Tennessee would do that.
By the way,
they were desperate enough.
Has it been
they hired Lane Kiffin. They hired Lane Kiffin instead. If Saban would have been an option. Although
here's another hot take.
Lane was going to win. Lane was going to win really big at Tennessee. He was recruiting like a bad man. Now, granted, we probably would have been on probation because he and Ed Orgeron were running wild.
Double secret. Double
he was going to win really big.
Double
They
secret.
still hang banners for it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What?
You still hang banners for probation championships. I agree with that. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, we were going on probation because they were running wild, but Lane was going to win really big.
Yeah.
And then we hired a Southern accent with a last name and a walking slogan. And
we had 2 potential U.S. senators on campus at the same time.
3. We had 3.
Who's 3?
That thing is Julie put together a hell of a staff that first year.
I know. They can recruit a little bit. That 12 team, or was it the 12 team that had all the athletes?
If he could have kept Wilcox, for the 2012 season, that team would have been. That team averaged 38 a game.
And went 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
hey, by the way, is there a bigger joke of a all-star than this Mizorowski kid? He was great his first 6 games. He has cooled off.
Are we talking NHL now? What sport are we talking about?
Yeah. That's what we're talking about.
I know.
I was asking that for Lee.
I know. Hey, so we got Arkansas this week. We all know what we got to do here. We got to outscore them. We need to score 45 and hold them in the 30s.
What if our defense is really good this week?
It's definitely possible, Bobby. It could play much better this week. Who knows? Teams are allowed to get better, but I mean, Banks has to clean up a couple things, and it would be astronomically better. But will he? I don't know. This game, there's not a ton to talk about. I just want to talk about this. The week after, there's one thing that's going to decide that football game when we go to Tuscaloosa. It's, can we get a pass rush on Ty Simpson with 4 dudes? Because that's why Vandy and Georgia lost to him. They could not get to Simpson with 4 guys.
We pass rush on anybody with 4 dudes. Yeah. We still haven't done that.
Oh, no. We lead the country in sack rushing 4 people most of the time. We don't really blitz.
Is that true?
Yeah, we lead the nation in sacks, and we don't rush. We haven't blitzed much.
Yeah, Rusty, that's been the name of the game the first game when they lost to FSU. They
Yep.
couldn't keep a clean pocket.
Yep. Florida State rushed 4 guys and made Simpson's day miserable. Georgia and Vandy couldn't get near him with 4 dudes. That will be that ball game. And assuming we just don't blow coverage after coverage because Banks has his safeties running wherever except where they're supposed to be.
To me, the first step in getting defense back to being better is being better at stopping the run. The 2 SEC teams that we have played have been able to run the football against us, which the last 3 to 4 years under Rodney Garner has not been the thing. That's the first and foremost thing that I think this defense needs to get back to doing, which is stopping the other team's run game.
I mean, we held Georgia to 3.6. We'll take that the rest of the season if we can do it. It's the Mississippi State game was the yard per carry game that was crushing.
We let them do it.
Yes,
for 3 quarters.
We played a super light box and allowed them to run.
People that said we couldn't stop them running the football didn't understand what was happening.
It was a super light box. We let them run between the 20s, and then we made them kick field goals on any drive that started in their territory. The other drives, when we gave them the ball in our territory, they got in the end zone 3 times. But yards per carry were bad in that game. But it was by design.
Outside of last season, Rusty, though, that was pretty much the Tim Banks game plan in 22 and 23, which was we'll give up stuff in between the 20s.
Yeah.
So once the other team gets into the red zone, we're going to hold them to field goals instead of touchdowns. And it worked to an extent because you had an offense in 22 that gave you a cushion. And then in 23, that's how your defense really was. But then last year, your defense was just so good, you could play more aggressive in between the 20s.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, when you got Gibson and McCoy, you don't mind playing 0 or at least cover 1 a ton of the time.
Hey, I have a question. Is Colton Hood better than Gibson?
I don't know he's better. I say he's as good. He's not being targeted enough to know, Bobby, and he's not being targeted because teams are targeting Redmond so much. So it's hard to know yet. Like last year, Gibson was getting targeted all the time. They never targeted McCoy. And this year, Hood's getting that right now. If McCoy comes back and lives up to himself, then we can find out how good Hood really is because they'll have to start going after him more. Short answer is I don't know.
Is there any way in which we can move somebody that, I mean, either McMurray or Boo to safety at this point? We are in deep shit at safety. That's where we suck.
Drew, who me and J-Mo do our video breakdown of the all 22.
10 out of 10 recommend go watch it every Monday or Sunday whenever they're on live.
And you can see it on the YouTube channel anytime you want to. Subscribe and like, please. Doesn't cost you a dime. Drew really wants to move McMurray to safety. Because we got 2 really good stars. They're both playing extremely well at the star position, both him and Boo. But I don't know how easy it is to transition from star to playing safety and understanding where you're supposed to be. Although Turrentine's not always where he's supposed to be, and he's been doing it for 3 years now. How good was Will Brooks last year, making sure Turrentine was in the right place? That may have been what Will Brooks did the best, and he had a lot of big plays last year. But making sure Turrentine was always where he was supposed to be, apparently, was pretty damn important.
Yeah.
It's the one position that we've not recruited to the standard.
Well, we had an All-American back there, and we thought he was lying when he said Miami offered him $1.1 million.
Yep. Yeah, we did.
That kid's going to be a damn All-American this year. You watch.
Yes. Yeah.
And I don't think he's playing at a ridiculous level. He had 2 picks, but they were balls that were just thrown right to him both times. Terrible.
Yeah, but I mean, he has major plays in every one of their important
He
games.
does. He does.
I mean, here's my thing. Here's my thing, and I'm going to sound like an old grumpy man, I know. But when I think of Tennessee football, especially defensively, I think of really good to elite safety play.
Rashad Baker,
We've not
Deion
had
Grant, Dale Carter.
I mean, you can go down the list. Eric Berry.
Oh my God, I left off Eric Berry.
Eric Berry.
How have you not been able
Rusty, give away the host tag. You're done.
I should.
How have you not been able to recruit or pay for an elite top of the line safety to come play in this defense to roam the back end?
It's because Tim Banks has been your safeties coach. He can't recruit for shit.
It's actually his. He thinks that he doesn't think putting a ton of money and effort into getting a safety is that important. He believes that position requires heady ball players and not great athletes. He wants to recruit highly at defensive line and corners.
And hey, in this day and age, you gotta have put valuations on players, and you gotta stick to those valuations. You can't get on this.
Yeah.
Nope.
I mean, if that's like, we may not agree with it, but if it's not a premium position, if he doesn't think it's a premium position, you gotta be smart with your resources.
Can we just have a premium position at every level? We have just one, even if you see what I'm saying? Like, there's 2 safeties. Make one of them a premium position.
I don't disagree,
make
man.
one a linebacker. Do you see where I'm going?
How about
All defensive line.
Jacksonville just had a 99-yard pick 6 off of Mahomes?
Yeah.
Oh my God, really?
I'm not watching. I'm watching the Cubs.
Jacksonville should be up like 35-7.
It should. It's so crazy. It's close. So here's the question for the panel.
And it wasn't Travis Hunter.
Here's the question for the panel. Does number 22 or number 13 start at middle linebacker on Saturday?
It's going to be
22 will start, but 13 is the better player.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God, neither of them are very good.
I think Spillman's got a ton of potential. The defense got exponentially better when
Spillman's good. Mark, is that what you said?
when they benched Turrentine and went to Spillman, the defense got drastically better on last Saturday.
I was thinking of somebody else. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Never mind.
yeah.
I was going to say, I know you're used to watching Ohio State, but I think Spillman starts for half the SEC, dude.
God, Bobby is digging.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Spillman and Carter were so much better than T-Lander and Carter once they made that decision. And it was
Lander's who I was thinking of. I didn't know his name. Look, this new day and age of football, like, when the season started, I could name 10 players on the team.
Yeah.
Legit. Like, really,
That's
I
true.
found it found it like, wow, what's happening in college football? I could name 10 players, and one of those was the white tight end.
Yeah.
Miles Kitzelman.
Which white tight end?
Or
Van
is it Van Dorsler? Because Van Dorsler had the key block on the game-winning touchdown drive and the game-tying touchdown. No. No.
Oh wow.
The reason I asked the question is because I think Spillman's going to start, and I think T-Lander is going to is been benched.
What a nuke.
Is that his second one? I think I hit the first one. No, it's Contreras.
That's William Contreras.
My TV's like 25 feet away from me.
No, some honky that plays first base at the first one.
Contreras is only batting like 900 against Shota Imanaga coming into this game.
Imanaga, man, he was so dominant like about 3 or 4 weeks ago last time I watched him. And this is just go for ball.
Here's
I
a
mean, this is
question.
bad baseball.
Here's a question. I can't think of. We've already discussed this.
Go ahead, J-Mo.
Will we ever see Jamal McCoy playing down in a Tennessee uniform? Because I'm leaning towards no.
I'm sure he'll be on the playoff, maybe play.
J-Mo, my answer to that is
Contention for the playoff, maybe he comes back. If they're not in contention for the playoff, there's no chance he plays.
J-Mo, we're not going to know until the football game starts and he's on the field. We're going to have zero idea.
Confident he's playing against Alabama.
And what did I say a month ago?
He's like a projected first rounder, correct?
Yeah, I've seen mock drafts. I've seen mock drafts. I have him like number 11.
13th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be best for him if he sits out.
It would. I mean, that's the thing.
I disagree, Josh. I'm going to disagree with every one of y'all.
Oh my!
He suffered a season-ending knee injury working out. Okay? People want to see him play football. They don't know how he looks. What a return.
It's getting waved off.
They want to see how he looks
They can do
against decent competition.
I mean, they'll evaluate the hell out of him and put their doctors on him and work him out. I think he's all
He's
right.
going to play football this year because he wants to play football. His dad and mom want him to play football. His agent does not. He's going to play football this year. I disagree with all y'all. I taled to his dad 2 weeks ago.
Bobby, I think he plays.
I mean, I don't know if he is or not. I mean, it's probably a 50-50 shot, but yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's for the program. I mean, he's considered that high of a draft pick, so
Yeah.
for him to wait. I understand he wants to play football, but like first round draft pick money is first round draft pick money.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bash a kid for like making a decision to take care of.
I
his
was
life.
just giving my opinion.
Nobody's going to bash him. I'm just telling you, he's telling people he wants to play.
Like you'll be able to do both. That might not be the choice that he's given.
Two things for me is, number one, I don't understand it. I'm not a doctor, so maybe I'm way out of.
Did you stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night?
I did not, but I don't understand how you go from the beginning to middle of August. He's on the football field with basically nothing on his knee, cutting and doing everything in individual drills like he's full go. To we're now in October and he still has not participated in team activities. That's the first thing.
You can't get injury information in college sports for anything. It's impossible. It's all fluke.
So hard.
It's a joke. It's absolutely it's a racket.
He's trying. The 9-month mark of his surgery was today.
There's too much speculation when it comes to these college kids and all these sports with their injuries and what's going on with them, and coaches lying about stuff. It just is what it is. Nobody really knows.
That's why I'm going back to
Want to make it to 9 months post surgery. Today is 9 months post surgery.
Lee. What you just said is why I keep going back to. We're not going to know anything. I mean, hell, Heupel talked today about the fact that he doubts he'll play Saturday against Arkansas because he hasn't done team activities. I don't even know that I believe Josh saying that. I would not put it past Josh to be lying, and McCoy practiced today. And I also wouldn't put it past the whoever's giving information that McCoy's nowhere near playing. I don't believe anything we're hearing, and we're not going to know the truth until we either never see him or number 3's on the field when we run on to play defense to start a ball game.
Somebody had a really good post on Walkwest today that I laughed my ass off on. They said, anytime Josh Heupel talks specifically about a player's injury, add 2 to 4 weeks to that.
Yeah, or take a drink every time when he says that.
I mean, honestly, I'm just at the point where I don't really expect him to play. I'm just hoping the guys that we got out there now are just going to continue. Hopefully they get better every week, and
even
hope with those guys. If we get them back. That's great. So
Yeah.
even if he goes out there,
close to what he was.
even if he goes out there and tries to play, he
might not be anything.
he's not going to be what he was last year. So
Exactly. So that's why I'm just it's honestly right now it's the least of my concern.
the
Dude,
bigger one was.
Do we actually think Hobbs is really playing this week, or is that all bullshit? Because I didn't believe Moy was playing until I saw him on the field last Saturday. Do we really believe Hobbs?
Is playing last Saturday.
Oh, I know you told me that. I'm just saying I don't believe anything I hear now until I see it with my own 2 eyes during a football game where a clock's running.
I don't believe David Hobbs is playing, but I know he's not in a boot, and I know he's not on crutches.
But we've heard he's playing, and that he's practiced. But
if you hear he's playing, then he's probably playing.
Yeah. I still don't buy.
Bible doesn't let shit like that get out of his program unless he's okay with it.
Well, we heard Cooper Mays was playing at Florida in 2023.
Not what I heard.
Okay, so I want to end the show talking about something that I'm pissed off about. Nobody else is going to care. But
is it the Cubs losing 4-3?
I'm furious about that.
Okay.
I'm joking. I mean, I want your Cubbies to win. I want Lee's Cubbies to win, but I don't have a dog in any of these races, and I have literally 9 minutes of.
Pissed off about?
I'm pissed off about why, and this is going to be this is an Eagles fan's take, and it's one football game, and it's about the greater thing of the sport, not necessarily just this one ball game, but this ball game describes it. How can you have a flag thrown for an intentional grounding where all the guys on the field agree there's nobody in the area where the grounding takes place, where the quarterback threw the ball, nobody was in the area, we all agree on it, and then a booth upstairs doesn't tell you to go look at a monitor, they just tell you there was somebody in the area, pick up the flag, and they wave the flag off. How can we review that and have it done instantaneously? But we can't have officials upstairs say, hey, on that pass play, where the ball was thrown, the receiver or the tight end or the running back was tackled while the ball was in the air, and you need to call a pass interference. We're watching it on video and we have slow motion and we can tell you immediately. Why can we review intentional grounding, pick up the flag, but we can't review OPI or DPI when the booth has clear views of both? You either should be able to review both of those or neither of those. And this is me complaining about replay and why are we picking and choosing what we can. If a guy's lined up off sides and there's no flag thrown, why can't we have the booth call down and say, hey, that guy was lined up off sides? Or if the flag's thrown for offsides, why can't the booth call down and say, hey, there was? Or if the offensive lineman moves and causes the offsides, why can't the booth say, hey, you missed that? There was a false start before the offsides. Why can we pick and choose reviewing certain little things, but we can't review everything?
I don't want the games to last 4 hours.
Yeah, but then let's get rid of all review. Then, what I'm saying.
They do last 4 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
You're totally right. The only thing you're wrong about is either they replay nothing or everything.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. Either get rid of review totally, or we should be able to review. And the review on the intentional grounding, it didn't take but like 2 seconds because there was no go to the monitor. It was just the booth told the official, hey, there was somebody in the area, pick up the flag. So can we not have that same booth look at the play and say, hey, pick up the flag or throw a flag? And I just think, why are we picking and choosing? Either get rid of replay or use it on anything that can give you the evidence to overturn or call it.
I got a solution.
What's your solution, Josh?
Okay, if you want to review something, if it takes more than 2 minutes,
60 seconds.
60
seconds. 60 seconds. Every review should have a 60-second time clock. And
60 seconds. And if you can't decide between then,
ruling on the field stands.
Stick with the same call.
Yeah, that we've been screaming for that for 10 years. 60-second time clock. If you can't tell within 60 seconds, it's not clear and obvious. Don't overturn anything. But this whole buzzing down and not having the referee even review it, that's quick. And there's a lot of the times that there's other things they could see that wouldn't hamper it. I don't get reviewing certain things and not others when we have the technology. So either don't or do. That's my whole point. Mark, I hear what you're saying about games lasting too long, and they already do. That's because there's too many god-awful commercial breaks.
Well, not in the NFL. They're tight to 3 hour windows.
They are. Yeah, the NFL is getting quick.
College football is ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
It's terrible.
Well,
it's hard to watch.
College football is because they review. It's not a challenge sport. They review. They review everything. They don't just review challenges outside of 2 minutes. They review everything in college.
Oh, I'm just talking about in general of college football games that they're 4 hours.
Oh yeah. Oh.
What is that new down marker system they're doing in the NFL that can tell if it's first down or not?
It's just it's a microchip in a ball, or no, it's a camera system. It's a camera system. It's the same thing they use for goal line technology in soccer.
Do you think they'll convert that in college eventually?
Bro, they should. They should also make pass interference spot of the foul in college. They should also adopt the NFL's kickoff rule. They should also what else should they adopt that they won't? I don't know. Opening practices to the media. What league?
Overtime.
Just change the overtime.
Oh God, yeah, that's a great one.
Let's go back to the way it was. What was wrong with playing from the 25s for 2 hours? Nobody cared.
It's better than the 2-point conversions, but I still don't like it. I still don't like that. It's anything's better than 2-point conversion off. But
if you play 10 minutes, you have to have the ties. You have to reintroduce ties into the game.
I'm fine. You know what?
Yeah.
In the regular season, since we now have a playoff system, I don't hate ties. I love soccer.
I don't either.
You have ties in soccer. You get a point for a tie. I'm almost okay with it. The Cowboys and who'd they tie with? The Packers. One of them might get in the playoffs because they have a tie instead of a loss. At the end of the year, they might be ahead of a division opponent because they got a tie in that, and that's they earned it. If they get in the play, everybody was complaining when that game was over about, oh my God, ties suck. And I'm telling you right now, both teams were complaining. If one of those teams is in the playoffs because that tie gave them a mathematical advantage over a team that lost the game, they should celebrate that tie.
As far as the replay goes, like all these questions you're asking, like go way back into how long, I don't even know how long it's been since replay's been put in, but this was like I was yelling all of this stuff when they first did it. I was like, you're opening up Pandora's box. You're not thinking far enough ahead to all the stuff that this is going to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to get to the point where none of it makes sense, and it's kind of a joke. So I'm still at this point, just get rid of all of it and just go with it and hope it evens out. I know it sucks and it's frustrating, but I get tired of it.
Lee.
Like, are they going to replay this? Are they not? Somebody in the booth's going to replay it?
Yeah.
Okay. That was just feel like it. Nobody saw it. Like the Wake Forest offside, which cost them the game.
Right.
All that. Like, yeah, I get. We're still reviewing stuff and we're still screwing it up and still getting it wrong. So
have we? Here's another question, Lee. Have we made targeting harder to understand in the last 2 years than it was 5 years ago? And you would have thought targeting would be easier to identify the longer it was a part of the game. And now it's gotten to where I knew for sure what targeting was. And now 6 weeks into this season in both leagues, NFL and college, I have no freaking idea anymore.
Anytime you try to legislate like intent, there's going to be issues.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to have a different view of it. Who knows? You can write specifically in the rule what it is, but referees are still going to look at it from the view of what was his intent.
Right.
And that's when you get into a lot of gray areas. And
how do you have somebody in a booth? And this is my Eagles heart. Take out the not reviewing other stuff. How do you have somebody in the booth determine whether there's a receiver in the area or not when everybody on the field decided it was grounding? That's a baffling use of instant replay to me. I'm more complaining about that being reviewed than something else not be.
Grounding is always weird anyway because they can never throw the flag immediately. They always get together and talk about it and figure it out. Like
that's true.
They can never throw the flag immediately. Why not? Like I don't understand. It should. If you're on the field, I don't get it.
And outside the tackle box is so arbitrary that's flawed in its own too. The quarterback's outside the box. Well, are you positive? Did he drop 40 yards back and he's technically still in between where the tackles lined up? Is he really outside the box? There's so many flaws with all that. Anyway, guys,
I'm gonna run. I was just gonna say real quick this week. I like Auburn. I think Auburn beats Georgia.
Wow.
I like Missouri at home too. I think Missouri.
Let's go.
I think this is like 3
Do
straight.
you think Missouri beats? Are they playing Alabama at home?
They play Bama.
So that means Missouri is the odds-on favorite to make the college football playoffs at the SEC if they win that game.
Like three big games in a row.
Yeah.
Alabama, and then they got Tennessee on deck. Like I think Missouri catches them. Like doing. I don't know. I think
I agree with that.
I played Mizzou plus 3.5, and I played Auburn plus 3.5. I'll probably lose because I haven't been picking shit lately. But
who's quarterbacking for Auburn now? Who's going to play?
I don't know. It's I don't like Freeze, but man, he's like ruined his whole tenure there just by not getting a quarterback every year he's there. It's going to be his downfall.
Yeah.
Would you give Deuce not a chance?
Yeah, I'd probably play him over Arnold. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Well, hey, appreciate it, Lee. Appreciate everybody. Anybody got a final thought they want to throw out before we jump off?
Oh, you are right. As far as Bama goes, yeah, you got to get pressure on Simpson because right now that kid is like playing at a pretty all-world level. Like he is freaking good.
Yep.
Man.
If he
That's the one I was
You
going to own that before we jumped off.
Yeah, you don't get pressure
I'm
on
now
him.
starting to believe Ty Simpson's pretty good.
If you don't pressure him, he's probably going to get you.
Yeah.
As playing
Yeah.
pretty ridiculous stuff right now. So anyway,
Yeah.
Oh, my last thing.
I still think Arch
I got
Manning's
one.
last name
Go
was
ahead,
Arch
Russ.
Smith.
No.
I think if Arch Manning's last name was Smith, he
We
would
would
be a
have been
three-star.
good.
So
Yeah.
go ahead, Josh. What's your last thing before I give mine?
My final thought is let's take neck brace down Saturday and beat the Hawks.
Okay. My final thought is the fact that the great Joel Klatt, who I actually enjoy a lot of his show. I like when he's on Cowherd. Some other people can't stand him that I might be related to. But I like a lot of Joel's takes. But he said today, if Ty Simpson's name was Ty Manning, we would go ahead and just cancel the Heisman Trophy ceremony in late December and go ahead and give it to him right now. And my response to
Your
that,
tweet was unbelievable, Rusty. I almost pooped on my pants. I laughed so hard at that.
my response to that would be, if his last name was Manning, they would be giving the award to a defensive back, probably Caleb Downs. And just for the record, Caleb Downs might deserve it.
Yeah, you may not be wrong there.
Three best players.
He's pretty see that's sort of the difference between like the kid Miami got from Tennessee is a nice player.
He's not Caleb Downs.
He's not Caleb Downs. That's like
No.
the difference in Miami and Ohio State. Like they got nice players in the secondary they bought. Ohio State has like they're all future like studs back there. It's insane. I hate it.
The three best
I'm not
football
an Ohio
players.
State fan, Bobby. I'm just saying.
The three best football players in college are Caleb, and this I'll go in order. It's Jeremiah Smith,
Yes.
Jeremiah Love, Caleb Downs.
Yes. Yes.
I would even consider putting the Arvell Reese kid at Ohio State in the top 5 in that conversation.
Probably, yeah.
He is
So
an
they have three
alien.
of the top 5 players in college football.
Kid
Yes.
is an alien.
Yep.
He's like 6'4", 250, rocked up 250, and runs like it's a joke.
Yeah, he's mocked in like number 6 or number 7 pick. Yeah.
How far down the list of players, if we're talking about the best players in college football, how far down the list would we go before we named a quarterback?
Ooh. 10? 15? 15?
Yeah, at least. I'm not sure you shouldn't keep going with that number higher.
And it's who?
Right now, like as the media darling is Ty Simpson, and I don't disagree with that.
The cat at Oregon.
I don't think Ty Simpson or DJ. I don't think Moore or Simpson, either one, are the best quarterback.
It's probably Carson Beck then.
Nope.
People are real high on him after this weekend.
I
haven't gotten to see a ton of Miami. Can he push the ball down the field at all, or is his elbow?
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, they're hitting shots. They're hitting
He
shots.
can't bar.
They're hitting
Okay.
shots.
But I haven't watched a ton of them, but I didn't know.
He dumped the Cavender twin, and he could play again. Who'd have thought?
I mean,
I still think his arm's kind of a noodle, man. Like they're scheming stuff open, but like he don't have that like he ain't putting stuff on a rope like he was when he was in Neyland like 2 years ago. Like I think he's still good, but I think he's lost.
Did he have Tommy John?
I believe he did. Yeah.
I mean,
No, he didn't have. He did not have Tommy John. He would not be anywhere near playing right now if he'd had Tommy John.
Oh yeah. But I mean, he's more than good enough for what they do. They got good OC. They're scheming stuff open. Like they're running the ball so well. Like teams are killing people with play action. Like I think his arm. Yeah, it's not as good. It's more than good enough in college though.
I mean, they're hitting deep shots, but he's not throwing a 40-yard out to where it's like hurting the receiver's hands.
No, he's not doing. Yeah.
Could they lose a game in the regular season?
I don't see it. I don't think there's any.
They shouldn't, but the
It's
last 2
Cristobal.
games of their season are cold weather games at Boston College and at Pittsburgh. You think Cristobal can screw one of those up? Trust me.
Yeah, I think they could.
The problem with asking
for 3 hours.
Bobby, the problem with that best players and then when the first quarterback gets on that list is Nussmeier, Sellers, Lagway, Manning, they're
not pedestrian, but they're not very good.
They're not living up to what they should have been. If any of those guys were playing really, really well, we would be saying, yeah, that guy's probably the number 8 player in America overall. But none of those guys are. And I'm not ready to say Simpson or Moore or anybody else that's lighting it up right now is yet. They just,
I mean, here's the one thing I want to see about Ole Miss.
That kid can play.
How do they handle? Because this Austin Simmons, Trent Chandler situation, like Austin Simmons, they're talking about him maybe even leaving the team like now.
I don't know why he would come back. He's nowhere near as good as Chambliss.
No, I would be gone
like,
too.
They're talking because Chambliss, like Lane's trying to play it cool and trying to keep him happy. Like, it could be some weird shit going on there, dynamic. Just, I mean.
They have the easiest remaining schedule in the conference.
I'm sorry?
I said they have the easiest remaining schedule in the conference.
Yeah. Either
it's them or us.
Oklahoma, Georgia. They have Oklahoma and Georgia State.
They play 3 ranked teams for the whole 2 weeks ago. They only played 3 ranked teams left, and I think one of those was LSU. So they played 2 ranked. 3.
Yeah,
Vandy's ranked.
Yeah, Vandy, Oklahoma.
Vandy is a damn good football team. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not saying you disagree with that.
You think that's going to be just a walk in the park against Vandy?
Oh no, we're all.
That's going to be a slobber knocker. We're probably going to get a decent game at the end of November.
They were not whipped by Alabama. They couldn't get Simpson, but they probably a fumbles on the 11-yard line. He throws a pick from the 18, and both times they were ahead when he fumbled. And when he threw the pick, they were down 6.
If they scored one of those touchdowns in the red zone, then that's the game.
Yeah, the two red zone turnovers in the first half were killers, and Bama getting that touchdown right before half.
That's the killer. Giving up that touchdown with like 1:15 when you kicked off, after you just scored a touchdown to go up 14-7, and then letting Bama go downfield so quick.
Yeah.
You should have at worst forced Bama into kicking a field goal. If you'd have just played really soft. I know we all hate prevent, but they could have forced a field goal there.
One more question, and then
real quick, because I was going to say, wireless and players, the Mon Hardy kid at Missouri, the running back.
Oh,
he's really good.
Freak.
Dude, he is so
really good.
Freak.
He is so freaking good, man. Like, that's why I really liked it. I think they can run the ball on Bama. Like, I think he can tear that defense up, man. But
hey, Chris Brazel's on this list pretty high, y'all. We watched the on the all 22 last night. Mississippi State was playing cover 1 most of the game with a heavy box. They were manning up Brazil, and normally when you play cover 1, you're man across the board. That's part of it, and then you have a middle high safety single. That's why it's cover 1. Their middle high safety was just lining up wherever Brazil was behind the man, 12 yards off the ball, basically all game. They let Mike Matthews just do whatever he wanted to one-on-one, and they put the single high safety just bracketing, doubling Brazil the entire night, and they still had trouble with him a ton. Go, everybody out there that I'm listening to me, go watch the All-22 last night, and you're going to see a clip in that's hilarious. Isn't it, J-Mo? J-Mo's gone. Anyway.
I can quote it. Yeah, I mean, I saw it on there. Yes, I've seen it, and I agree. Yes, hilarious.
All right, guys. Love y'all so much. Thanks, everybody, for joining in.
Hey, Rusty.
Yeah.
On the way out the door, I mean, well, let's talk about it on Thursday. We'll talk about it Friday.
All right, we'll talk about it Friday. Right, make a note of whatever it was because I want to make sure we hit it. Everybody that listened and joined, thank you so much.
Hey, Columba. Thanks for being a good sport, buddy. Thanks for bust your balls for a little while. It was fun.
Not a problem, man.
You're a good sport.
When I see Columba, when I see Bobby soon, I'm going to suplex him for you.
I don't hate Tennessee. I'm rooting for him every game. I don't hate Aguilar. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just feel like this football team, when you make the playoff last year, and you want to back it up and keep the momentum of the program going, because I'm sorry, if they play freaking Nebraska down in Orlando in January, I'm not going to give a shit.
Right.
I'm not going to watch it.
Mark, what's crazy is
Right.
if we have regret, if this football team doesn't make it, it's not going to be because of Aguilar in the offense. It's going to be because the defense regressed.
Oh, I get it.
That's weird. I'm just saying that's weird. That's weird.
It's weird.
Well, Heupel's gonna. I mean, Heupel's guys coach offense, man. Like, there's no. I don't.
It's
doubt
almost
that.
like we're the number one team in points per game this year.
Yep, in the nation. This offense with last year's
Yeah.
defense would have been 11-1 at worst and going to Atlanta.
Well, yeah, but we still would have lost to Ohio State.
Oh no, but we wouldn't have played Ohio State. We wouldn't have played them.
Look. If we play Indiana or we play Boise State or we play even
SMU, Clemson,
team that was going to kick the shit out of us, but they're going to kick the shit out of everybody they played.
Yeah, they were up 35-0 mid-second quarter on Oregon in the Rose Bowl. 35-0 mid.
Yeah, I mean, that team, like,
They were the best team.
It was crazy.
and they're better this year. I hate to say it.
I don't know if I'm not sure I'm there yet until I see them play Oregon or Penn State. I'm not agreeing with you on that one yet, but you may be right. They very well could be. I'm not discounting it. I'm just saying.
playing Michigan. I'm not going to say anything.
Minnesota got that first drive. I watched a lot of the game.
Yeah, I had it on. I watched it pretty closely.
Okay. They got that. They dinked and dunked. As soon as they got in the red zone, the Clemson, because you're not scoring on them in the red zone. The only chance you got on them is hit on explosives. And Minnesota was like trying to taking the clock all the way down, trying to keep that thing close, and it was 42-3.
I've watched.
They were doing their damnedest to slow that thing to crawl, and it was 42-3.
Yeah.
My take is, Mark, I've watched Miami play every minute of every game, literally, and I've watched Ohio State play every minute of every game except Ohio. And against the competition the teams are playing, Miami looks like the better team to me right now. Miami's defense is.
Hey,
Miami's
they got the
defense is.
roster. Hey, I don't doubt they have the roster.
There's.
I don't doubt
Oh, but
that.
you're not Cristobal.
Ohio
Cristobal.
State has the two best players in college football.
Without a doubt. Although you need to watch number 10 for Miami. He's supposed to be a senior in high school. He's as good or better than Ryan.
He's 11 years old, Rusty.
He's as good or better than Ryan Williams was last year. He's as good or better than Ryan Williams.
But he ain't number.
He ain't number 4. He ain't Jeremiah Smith. He ain't Jeremiah
I'm
Smith.
not being hyperbolic here. Jeremiah Smith is a top 4 wide receiver on planet Earth right now. I'm not being hyperbolic.
Mark, I'm not
that
sure.
kid's a freaking alien.
I'm not sure.
It's insane.
I'm not sure he would not be the best receiver in the NFL right now. I'm not sure he's not number 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Chase, Jefferson, and probably AJ Brown ahead of him. But when he's going to that kid's on his way to Canton.
Yep.
It just is.
Oh, I know.
It's disgusting.
His measurables are better than all of theirs.
Is he eligible?
No, he has to play. He has to play next year too, Joshy.
I don't know if he plays next year. I mean, he's getting big NIL money.
I would sit out if I was him next year.
I would
Go play for the damn Saskatchewan Rough Riders.
He's getting big NIL money.
Yeah.
But and so maybe he plays. But man, if I'm him, I'd consider pulling Jamar Chase and just sitting it out.
No, I'm with you.
Especially if they win it again. Dude, I'm good.
What's he got to say? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Y'all have been awesome. Thank you. GBF and O.
GBF.